Hey everybody, it's been a while since I visited this particular country. The last one of these I got from my buddy Christian, and we have another Danish ration from Denmark. Let's check this thing out. Now right off the front you can see this is menu number 11. I believe this is beef with mashed potatoes is on here. You can even see the calorie count. 3,762 calories. It's pretty easy. It's just a standard cardboard box. Just tear into this thing. Here's the identifier. You can see this is a new type packaging. Now, fortunately, with most NATO countries, you do have multiple languages. There's my phone again, outstanding. And fortunately, because this is NATO, it has multiple languages on here. So you can see mashed potatoes with beef. Pretty soft, too. It's kind of interesting. Again, Arifo, and it's like a Voyager pack. It's good till October 2019. Some tuna and water. Tuna, lime, and pepper. This was pretty tasty, I recall from last time. Fruit muesli and raspberries. See, all different packaging, pretty neat. So, raspberry protein bar. Some of my favorite, fruit and fun. The purple cap is raspberry blackcurrant. That probably will actually taste okay. It says fruit minis, apple, and blackcurrant. Package of nut walker, well, peanuts. What is it? Roasted and salted. Cashews. I guess it's just all. I don't know. We'll find out. A little brew kit. Peach flavor drink. Some raisins. Chocolate bar, chocolate. Pretty darn thin. Looks like that has been exposed to some heat. Some whole grain biscuits. Again, we love our pâtés. Take a look at those in a second. Spicy sauce. Alright, I'm a total fan of that. A lemon flavored drink. Chocolate flavored drink. Peanut butter. Well, that feels like one solid mass down here in the bottom. That is going to take some kneading. Packet of jam. And 2 packets of jam. I guess it just says marmalade on there. Raw bites. These are pretty tasty. There's an apricot flavor. The Bridgeford sandwiches. I know these are okay, but I'm not like a super fan of these. I think it's I would think that there was a local sourced product that you could get in Europe that would do the same thing. So you get 2 Bridgeford whole wheat breads. And it looks like the Brussels pâté. This is pork liver, and pork fat. And yeah, the Brussels. And then the farmhouse is just pork meat and pork liver. So that's the pâtés. Okay, let's take a look at the brew kit real quick. Just a large Ziploc bag held together with some tape. If we can open it. Something in here opened up. Probably some salt. As you can see it all right there in the bag. So that is why they why it's smart to place those in the bag. Oh, that's kind of cool. You get a whole toothbrush in here. For freeze-dried coffee, 2 bags of Thai food tea. You get a second bag of coffee, 3 moist towelettes or disinfection swabs, 3 toothpicks, another pack of coffee. So you get 3 coffees, 2 sugars. This one is the offender, it's open. So we end up with 2 packages of salt, 3 packages of pepper, and 3 little packets. And these have 2 briquettes apiece of this V6 or V6 gum. Wow. And 2 spoons. Well, aren't we fancy? Alright, I can almost see the purpose of having 2 spoons. This spine is very stiff and very sturdy, so you think you got it going on. But this little ridge right here is so flimsy, so maybe it would be a good idea to eat with 2 spoons. Maybe that was done on purpose. The other thing I thought was kind of weird is they give you a toothbrush, but they didn't add any little thing of toothpaste or anything to scrub your teeth. I guess they just expect you to drag your own out in the field with you. But you would imagine you drag your own toothbrush out there too. Alright, we're going to start off with breakfast. And you can see on there it says fruit muesli with raspberries. But if you look down here, at least in English, it's like 76.2% apple and just a little bit of raspberry. And this does call for 100 milliliter of water. And I guess you could use hot or cold, and it says let sit for 5 minutes. I'm opting for hot water, so let me grab that. Let's tear this open and look to see if we have oxygen. Oop, crap. Inside. Try not to pull this out too far, because when you expand the bottom, it means you have a larger volume of water on the inside. Grab a little bit of that water, let it sit for a second, grab the spoon, and we'll give that a mix real quick. And we'll let that sit. And since it's breakfast, we'll do a cup of coffee. And I'm going to put some sugar in this one today. But just about half the bag in case I need this for my muesli. Got another minute or 2 for my muesli. I'm going to plate everything else. I've got my spoon, the wet wipe, V6 gum, that toothpick, and of course that toothbrush for when we get done. Okay, I got some of this jam or marmalade. I'll use this for my muesli because that's what some people told me that they like to do. Again, I think I'm going to have this fruit and fun, and this is raspberry black currant flavor. And I'm going to bust out these whole grain biscuits. And I know I'm going to get plenty of cereals with the muesli because it's oats and wheat and rye. We'll break these out. And I think I'm also going to use both of these pâtés because for lunch I've got those 2 packets of tuna that I believe I'll use, because for some reason something is telling me they're just not going to go well with my beef stew this evening. So 2 packets of pâté. Now, in addition to all this other stuff, I got a bunch of other stuff. I got this raw bite, a protein bar, and I can just use these for snacks throughout the day, or if I'm still hungry from all of this, still have those peanuts that I can snack on through the day, as long as these black currants and these raisins, or I can add them to my muesli. Definitely been about 5 minutes. Still nice and warm. Crack this open. Looks like it has reconstituted pretty good. I'm gonna grab this second spoon, give it another mix really quick. The nice thing about these packages is it's got that footprint on the bottom, so it will stand up on its own. Really dig that. It's such a great idea to do. So you can't eat this right out of the pouch, but what fun would that be? Pour this out right here. That's a good amount, and there's still a little bit inside of there. Mix this down, and you can see it's had some powdered skim milk. You can see there are a little bit of apple and raspberry bits in there, as well as the wheat, oats, and the rye. And just in case we need to sweeten it up, we've got a little bit of sugar and, of course, our marmalade. Slide the coffee over there, and no time like the present, just give the muesli a try. That's pretty nice. It's got a sweetness there already on its own, so unless if you really have a sugar tooth, you probably, or a sweet tooth, you probably don't need the sugar. But I think we will put a little bit on this, because I've heard so many people recommend trying it with the jam. So I will bow to public opinion just this one time, or maybe a few times in the future. We'll see. And we'll try a little of this. Make sure I get that milk in there. Yeah, like I said, this is already real sweet, and then you get this jam, so you get like that sweetened pureed fruit. Yeah, just adds another bit of little tanginess to it, which is really good. Let's try our black currant fruit and fun. I really had a bad experience with this stuff the very first time that I tried it. See, it's nice and purple. Black currant, and what else is in here? Raspberry. Let's give that a try. Yep, that works really nice. You can really tell. I mean, it's a pureed fruit, but that black currant really carries over. Try one of these whole grain biscuits. It's not sweet at all. I was almost thinking it was going to be kind of like that oat biscuit in the Norwegian rations, but it's just very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's pretty bland, but you can taste the oat. You can taste some grains in there. Well, I guess you can't taste the oat because it is wheat flour, vegetable fat, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of milk sugar and raising agents, with traces of egg, hazelnut, and peanut. So if you have peanut allergens, you might want to be aware of those. Let's try some of our coffee. It's that freeze-dried Colombian blend. Yep, good and hot, dark and rich. And with my second spoon, we'll try some of the Brussels pate first. I don't know, I might be making a mistake here, but anything should be able to flavor up these multigrain wheat biscuits. And I believe this one is farmhouse. Let's give this one a try. It's not bad, but pate, especially when it has liver in it, man, it really has that graininess. I don't know why, but it's just, yeah. Well, let's try the farmhouse pate. This one, the farmhouse, is definitely a lot more creamier and smooth, and the Brussels is more grainy, at least to my palate. And this was breakfast. Now, along with breakfast and everything else, we talked about our snacks that we would snack on throughout the day. Well, let's take a look at these real quick. Start off with our peanuts or cashews or whatever they are. I think they're cashews. Yeah, definitely cashews. There is a good amount in here as well. How much is in here? 1.4 ounces or 40 grams. Look pretty nice. And they are salted, as it says. And this raspberry protein bar. Very reminiscent of what I saw in the last ration. Just must have extract or something inside of it. You might just be able to get the slightest hint of raspberry, but not too much. It's just like a regular chewy protein bar. Let's take a look at the raisins and the black currant. Look like your standard average one-of-the-mill raisins. Looks like we have a little golden raisin in there too. And that's 25 grams of that. And, well, looks like these are definitely processed. I just thought they were going to be little bits, but it looks like it is compressed black currant bits. Those are really tart. And then lastly, the apricot raw bite. And literally, when it says raw bite, that's exactly what it means. There's no sweeteners or not really much in these. You can see the nuts and the filler in there. And the raw bite says it is 60% fruit, dates, apricot, cranberry, raisins, apricot kernels, and a little touch of vanilla for flavoring. And these were our snacks.